Hello, hello. Let us see. That's not what I want. Are we live? Yes, we are. Hey everyone, it's Glitterfees. Welcome back to the Glitterfees Aerospace Career Mode save file. So, as you can see, we've got a rocket on the pad, and we've got Val, Bill, and Bob on board. Let's go ahead and fly it. So we got this to the Mun last time, but we didn't quite... we time warped a bit too far. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the Mun, we're going to land on the Mun, we're going to do the experiments that we have to do, then we're going to go back to Kerbin. And that's basically it. So this hopefully won't take too long. Our rocket's thrust weight ratio is pretty low, but that should be okay. Gonna kind of be crawling off the pad though. Although I don't think it's quite as bad as our first Mun rocket, so that should be okay. Why is physics range extender open? Go away, I don't want you. Alright, so let's go ahead and enable SAS, throttle up, light the engines, and lift off. Oh, that's pretty bad. What's the frame ratio? 1.13. Okay, it's not terrible, just the frame rate's not great. So that, let's get a screenshot of that. Hello game, screenshot, there we go. We are off on our way to the Mun. I am not going to time warp because I don't think I have enough struts to actually trust this rocket in time warp. Not on launch. I also don't have a solar panel, so I hope electricity isn't too much of an issue. Try to find an angle where we can see three little booster nozzles at once, because we've got this thing asparagus staged, as you can see. Try to keep it pointed straight up. We do have some wind in the game, thanks to this mod here. Let's actually see what our wind is. Crosswind of 4 meters per second, that's quite a bit. It's all crosswind. That's good. Oh, I missed the first booster flame out, but that's okay. So these two at the edges are going to flame out next. What did our thrust weight ratio drop to actually when we lost those engines? Oh, it dropped back to the same. Okay. This might actually be... Ooh. I wonder if this might be better with solid rocket booster, because you know, this stage has a lot of delta V. So it might actually be better to not be using liquid fuel boosters and actually just use solids. The solids give you a lot more power on liftoff. It's kind of what we need. We need the thrust, not really the efficiency. There's flame out. Get rid of those. Yeah, look how slowly this thing climbs. I mean, it does climb, but it's not. You know what? Let's redesign this slightly. I don't think we need. We can only revert to launch, but that's all right. We're just gonna recover the vehicle from the launch pad. I reckon the solid rocket booster idea is actually better. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take off, and we probably only need. What do you think? Like 2 or 4? I guess we could do 3 as well. We'll start with 2 and see what our thrust weight ratio off the pad is. And we can use some big solid rocket boosters as well. They don't cost too much, I don't think. We can check that. Okay, so let's go ahead and recover this. because we don't actually need it. We should get back to the Space Center, and we shouldn't have lost anything, really. Shouldn't have lost funds or anything. Alright. Yep. Alright. Back into the VAB. Let's go ahead and do a little bit better here. Okay, so we're going to open... Ooh, that's lag. There we go. We're going to open the USC Mun return. There we go. And we're just going to get rid of the side boosters because I don't think these are doing it for us. Okay. And yeah, I don't think we're going to need 6. We're almost certainly not going to need 6. We'll start with 2. So let's move these higher up to about maybe here. And let's see, what boosters do we have? Should we use the Pollux boosters, do you think? Let's see. What's the cost? 6,000. Their maximum thrust is 1,100 kilonewtons in a vacuum. Which doesn't actually tell me anything. What are the most powerful ones? Okay, well the kickback's definitely not that powerful. Pollux also weighs more though. These ones are cheaper. Let's put the kickbacks on and see what the thrust weight ratio of the actual rocket becomes. So if we put this with these, what's our thrust weight ratio here? 1.29. Alright. And if we use the Pollux boosters, also we should probably check which ones burn longer. Put these in here. And the thrust weight ratio is 1.47. Okay, so these ones are more powerful. Like in total. How about the thumpers? The thumpers are quite small. We don't really need them for long, do we? Oh. Do this again. 1.11. Alright, we're not using these. So it's either the kickbacks or the Pollux. I kind of like the idea of using space shuttle booster engines for this, so we'll go with that. And we need to move these down. So let's put these here. Yes. I like the size of the actual tanks. Move them down. Out a little bit. Oh, I don't like that. Alright, we'll go with that, and hopefully it's okay. We don't have Sepatrons yet, so that's nothing that we can do, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and... You know, I really want to put parachutes on these, because we should be able to save these, right? I mean, not with those. Hang on. Not payload aerodynamics. Do we have... Oh, we don't have any of the adapter pieces, unless they're in structural. These? No, those are too small. Oh, maybe these? Nope, too big. What's this? Also too small. Okay, cool. Cool. So I guess we will just go with nose cones. Those are too small. How about these? That's miniature. That's not gonna work. Pretty sure these are tiny, right? Yeah, very small, very small. Miniature. Okay, is there actually nothing we can put on top? Do we have like a fuel tank that's the right shape? Not that one, but hang on. I bet one of these fits. Yep, this one fits. Alright, so we'll do this. And because we've got those, I was going to drain them, but you know, we could just feed them into the main rocket. Right? Like, nothing's stopping us from doing this sort of thing. Except maybe that they don't like it. Okay, like that and like that. There we go. So light all the engines at the same time. That's fine. 1.45 thrust to weight ratio. Cool. Can we turn... Alright, the force percentage is all the way up. So I guess now we want some launch clamps. We'll just put these on in four-way symmetry, might as well. Like so. And... Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll fire the boosters and the clamps at the same time. So that... Okay, so this is... USC Mun return better. Also, what's the burn time on these? 52 seconds? Alright, and these burn for... just 5 seconds. Cool. That doesn't tell us a whole lot. Oh, but actually, hang on. If I move this up to here, then we should see our burn time on... Okay, I think we need to come in here. Just hit sea level for now. That fixed nothing. Okay, what if I put this after? There we go. 142 seconds. Alright, perfect. But those are going to be our first stage. Alright. So yeah, USC Mun return better. We do have parachutes on it. Good. We've got thermometers. I think we need 3, right? We only have 2. Although we do have a scientist on board, so I guess we don't really need... Okay. I do actually have a docking port, which is interesting, but I don't think we need that. So... anything else? Would we benefit from putting more science on this, do you think? What's this? Science lab. Huh. Study things on... well, that's a modded part, so... We'll avoid that for now. Put on a couple of mystery goo like so. And... yeah, the barometer, why not? I don't think we can get much more science from orbit of the Mun, but we want to land on the Mun again as well. Also, do we still have... go to inventory. Yes, we still have the EVA science. Okay. And actually, I'm going to replace Jeb with Val, because she has more abilities as a pilot. Her abilities is she can prograde, retrograde, hold, radial, normal attitude, full vessel control without combat access. So what can Jeb do? Oh, alright, I guess either of them would work for this, but we'll put Val on because she's a better pilot, and we're gonna... Oh, you have prograde, retrograde, hold as well. Maybe it's worth... Should we put Lunar on it? Also, maybe our scientist should actually be one who hasn't been to the Mun before. So yeah, let's do... Bill will be the only Kerbal on here who is... experienced. That should be good. Because Lunar should be able to actually point prograde, which is all we really need for a Mun landing. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we'll go with that as our crew. Hello, Taco Gang! How's it going? Alright, cool. So save this as Mun return better, and launch. We're getting ready to head off to the Mun. Again, we've been there before, but we just want to... That's good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. We want to do all the contracts that we have on the Mun that we failed to do on the first launch. To be completely fair, that first launch we couldn't hold retrograde, so they did land safely, but the lander kind of bounced. It's still on the Mun, actually. Alright. Let's go ahead and throttle up. Light the main engines. And lift off. I think this is the first rocket that we've had with a fairly decent thrust-to-weight ratio. Why am I yelling over it? I should have put our little flag on it. there is our destination up there. Yeah, we've got waterfall for SRBs installed, and it gets kind of bright when the rockets launch. I play space shuttles pretty regularly, so if you followed... Hello, FSBWV. You've been here on a few streams now. What's the mission today? We're going to return to the Mun and hopefully get out to a Minmus landing as well. That's the goal. Our first mission, though, is to actually get the contracts that we have around the Mun done, because we accepted those for our first Mun flight, and we never actually finished them because the lander crashed and we needed to bring our Kerbals home. I hope the SRB is clear when we separate them, because the decouplers are kind of low. You generally want the decouplers fairly high up so that they push the top away and they trend away from. Did you check in stream? I could have sworn I saw you on a previous one as well. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Okay, we're actually pretty vertical right now. Although I guess 6 kilometers, that's not a bad thing. You generally want to be about 45 kilometers by... or 45 degrees by 13 to 15 kilometers. My memory's not great either. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure this is the third stream I've seen you on though. Oh, we should get our actual Apoapsis information up. Here we go. I hope when the solid boosters separate, we have decent thrust-to-weight ratio still. I'm hoping that we burn a lot of the fuel. So these here are hemispherical fuel tanks, which I added for aerodynamics. They do have fuel in them, and I'm just using them to feed the main rocket. Because why not? The options were that or draining the fuel, and I figured, I might as well use the fuel. They might be empty by now. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're empty. Oh, we were very, very diagonal, huh? Alright, we're still very vertical, so let's start tipping over. I mean, it's good. Generally, you want to use solid rocket boosters to get a lot of altitude, but you could also use them to start building speed. Again, I don't know why I try to, like... I don't know why I talk as if, like, I'm teaching you guys anything. You probably know more about the game than I do. Okay, what's our thrust-to-weight ratio? 1.4. Alright, good. So we still have... Let's actually keep this up so we can start throttling down when our thrust-to-weight ratio gets high enough. You landed on Eve on your science save today. That is amazing. I am not even thinking about Eve yet. Eve is well in the future for us. Should we have a look at what the Kerbals can see? Oh, the game froze. Here we go. Well, this person can't see much. This Kerbal can see... also not much. Great. People are getting excited about KSP, get you to Artemis. This is true! Actually, Artemis is kind of what made me start playing KSP again. Sort of. I think I opened it again before Artemis, but... I mean, that was a hell of a mission. Finally putting humans back into deep space. Where we belong, in my opinion. Joking. Sorry about the silence, I never really know what to say. Alright, we've got diverse Kerbal heads mod installed. That's why these guys all look different. Otherwise, these two would just have a widow's peak, and she would have the same hair color and style as Val. So throttling back a little bit. 1.4 is probably enough, actually, this high in the atmosphere. So let's start really tipping over, because we've got an apoapsis of 100 kilometers now. So we should easily be able to reach orbit, because that's also 2 minutes away from us. So let's actually start pointing down. I think we're high enough in the atmosphere now that the heating shouldn't really affect us too badly. Also, is this more efficient? I think this is actually more efficient than the first descent I flew in the last stream, so there you go. The solid rocket boosters were more efficient as well. And it makes sense. The more thrust you have, the better. I love that a very realistic physics game about orbital mechanics inspires someone to make a hairstyle mod. Yeah. And to be fair, you got the Kerbals, you want them to look different, right? They all look the same, you can't really differentiate them. They have different names, but... we are in space. Okay, let's actually aim for a 100 kilometer orbit. So let's start pushing our apoapsis out. Oh, not that much, just a little bit. Notice I don't have fins on this, but that's okay because these engines are... I think these are the swivel engines? Yeah. Oh, alright, we're out of fuel. So separate. And we're not going to do anything. We're in space, so we might as well create a maneuver node here. On the apoapsis, there we go. And just place ourselves into an orbit. Don't know where orbit is. Okay, there we go. 95 by 99. Can we get closer to circular? Good enough for me. Oh, we need to start our burn in like 3 seconds. Alright. Let's throttle up and burn. There we go. I'm glad that the maneuver node maker can tell without you having to start your actual engine. Although it depends on the design of your craft. Sometimes it really can't tell. I think this stage should be able to get us to the Mun as well. I mean, this is a fairly hefty orbital insertion burn, but that should be fine. Let's try and point at the maneuver node. There we go. This might be a dumb question, but I have done a crew report from space close to Kerbin, right? Yeah, I have. I'm pretty sure I've run all these experiments, but I want to make sure. Yeah, I know. The thrust to weight ratio with this stage, we can check it. 0.52. Yeah, it's not high, but we don't need a high thrust to weight ratio in space. Also, these Russian style engines with the 4 combustion chambers, they're generally a little less efficient in my experience. Or not efficient, they're a little less powerful in my experience. It's not all of them. Some of the Russian engines are really good, but yeah. I guess we should be able to speed it up safely now. I'm so hesitant about this. Okay, yeah, I don't like that because it started to wobble. Alright, we're just going to leave it. I guess we can do 2 times physics warp, but I'm not going to go any more than that. We can still be pointing down, actually. We just kind of want to push ourselves into an orbit, so the more we're raising our periapsis, the better. We don't need to really be lowering our apoapsis. Our apoapsis is fine, but we need to be raising our periapsis. Yeah, that's fair. I generally don't trust physics warp either, but sometimes I choose to trust it. I mean, for low thrust burns, I'll never use it with a space shuttle. I do not trust it for space shuttles because they're fiddly anyway. But for a rocket like this, I forgot to change the camera. I'm so sorry. You know what? That's good enough. We don't need a perfect orbit, we just need to be in orbit. So now, we set the Mun as our target, and we're going to be burning fairly close to apoapsis. That's a shame. Because that's actually... Oh. Oh, Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to sort a maneuver node. Alright. So now we set a node to get to the Mun. Can we... Do we have the delta V for a free return trajectory? We actually do. Can we get closer to the Mun though? What's our periapsis there? 614. Alright. We cannot get closer to the Mun with a free return trajectory. Unless... Not that. Stop. Give me the maneuver node back. Ah, why is it doing this to me? Stop. Okay, give me the node. Okay. How far are we from it? 21 minutes. We're good. We've got time. Is there not a way to... Okay, well, we definitely don't want to do that. You know what, let's cancel this and start a different node. Maybe from, like, here? Add a maneuver here. Alright. Alright. We want a much closer periapsis. Oh. I see the problem here. Alright. Alright. Ooh, good sign. No, not good sign. Alright, maybe I'm just being... Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. That's good enough. It's not... I don't... Okay, it's just throwing us onto a high orbit. That's okay. We've got it. Wonder if you turn off launch sites on the ribbon at the top. Oh. I forget that you can do that. Launch sites. There we go. What's this? I'm leaving that open because I don't know what it is. Alright. How much power are we using right now? No, we've got plenty. I don't have batteries on this thing. I don't think we're gonna need them. The Mun's not that far away. But just something to note. We do also have a lot of RCS that we shouldn't need. The last one is... You said not to quote you, but I'm going to read it out loud anyway. You think the last one was rovers, and I think you might be right. I'm not positive either, though. Alright. Let's go ahead and time warp to the node. Oh, the auto time warp is so slow. I actually have better time warp installed, right? Yeah, I do, so... We'll leave it as standard for now. Do all my engines have alternators? This one does. And I believe... Yeah, all of them should. This one's the skipper, and I'm pretty sure the skipper has an alternator. Yep. Yeah, they both do. Actually, wait, does the alternator say 0? Okay, so I guess the skipper doesn't have an alternator. But I think it should be fine. I don't think we really... Not RCS. I don't think there's any risk of us really running out of power, if I'm honest. which might be famous last words, but I'm standing by it. I mean, we got to the Mun in the last stream, and we had the same upper stage setup, so we should be fine. We also did it really, really badly, and it was fine. We just need to be careful about where we're using SAS. You think it's reading 0 because it's not on right now? I mean, maybe, but neither is the Poodle, and this is 8. Maybe it's because it's in a stage that hasn't been activated yet, though. I don't know. See, I want it to be burning closer to periapsis because it's going to be a more efficient burn from like 70 kilometers than it would be from 100, but... And 30 kilometer difference doesn't make that much difference. It's just unfortunate. I'm impatient. 2, 1, 0. Burn. We can see them on there. Actually, that's a great screenshot. I thought I saw something over the mud as well. One of the mods I have, actually, let me see if I can see anything with it right now. We can. That's Sarnas out there. Is that Juna? Yeah, Juna and Earlham. Even Gilly. That's with Distant Objects Enhancement. It just gives you little dots in the sky so you can see the planets. I like it. It's cute. What did I see? Oh, that's Nidon out there. Wow, you can barely see that. It just looks like a star out there. Hard not to get super into min-maxing this. I mean, maybe, yes, but also part of that is just I flew a space shuttle to the Mun in one of my last videos, and the space shuttle does not really have the Delta V for that, so... But I wanted to deliver a payload to the Mun and I refused to use anything but the space shuttle, so... Just kind of still in that mode. Also, yeah, ultimate, not ultimate, but one of the main goals for this career mode is to get to the point that I unlock space shuttles, because I want to bring my fleet into career mode. Currently they're just in sandbox, which is great. Like, I like having a fleet of space shuttles, but I want them here. So... Because then I can really start pushing them and actually have a reason to. I wonder if our Kerbals can see them on. This one can't. This one also can't. I give my Kerbals such great views. This one especially. Which one is this? Is it Jebediah in the middle? Oh, I have my UI off. Oh, it's... Lunar. Jeb... Why did I think it was Jeb? Jeb's not even on this spaceship. Delta V would take if we get this perfect orbit. Oh goodness. All right. Cancel that. We don't need that. Excuse me. What? I broke the maneuver node completely. No, let's just get rid of the maneuver node. We don't need it anymore. We're far enough out that we'll be able to just get an encounter with them on anyway. We're just trying to fine tune it. What time on periapsis? 5 kilometers is not going to be safe. 25 probably would be. Let's go for 35 just to be extra safe. Should I plot a mid-course correction burn? Yeah, I kind of want to be... I don't want to be that inclined. We do want to be in an inclined orbit, but not quite that inclined. So let's go with, like... maybe that. And then we obviously want to be... I want to keep the apoapsis. Stop that. Or not the apoapsis. We want to keep the periapsis out of the planet. Or out of the planet, out of the mom. Okay, we'll go with that. Is that inclined? Yeah, just slightly. And what is our 5-second burn time? Alright. Hey, you told them you were sending them to space and they could see space. Truth in advertising. No, I mean... yeah, true. See if we can get... Here we go. I mean, that's a cool screenshot right there. Oh, not M. Oh yeah, I forget that we can fly around this. There's just not much to see. We do have... Is that in Russian? It's in Cyrillic, whatever it is. We can use it? Oh, it's like a fire extinguisher. That's fun. I think it's just disinfectant, isn't it? Oh, it's fun. Put it back. Or there, that also works. I mean, that's a... Lunars are kind of in the way. Alright, back in the seat. Yeah, the views of a planet from outer space are just insane. Looks so cool. Especially a planet like Earth, which Kerbin is obviously an analog of. Alright, let's go ahead and get here. There we go. Turn off SAS and just time warp to our maneuver. Look at that. How much power have we used? Yeah, see, we don't use any power as long as SAS is off, so I think it's fine. Actually, even though it's on, we're not using too much. All right. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world to miss this burn, would it? We definitely want to watch this from the map screen, though. That will do. One periapsis of 89 kilometers. Not as close to the moon as I would have liked, but that will absolutely do for us. So let's go ahead and warp into the Mun sphere of influence. Every time the UI disappears, I'm just taking screenshots, by the way. KSP is such a pretty game with mods. I don't even have volumetric clouds, which I hate, but my laptop doesn't like it. It does run them, but not well. Oh, you can see all the planets out here. That's amazing. I left SAS on. Oh, that's okay, somehow. Oh, game pros. That is the Mun. Alright. So we want to enter lunar orbit. Can we just click on periapsis? There we can, okay. So we should be able to burn directly at periapsis and just get into a circular Mun orbit. Circular... More circular than that. No. Alright. 88 by 90 is close enough for me. let's find the maneuver node. Show that. Another moderator just handled. Okay. I think YouTube might be broken on my end, but Mun Flyby, you're right, I don't know what I said. But yes, we're on a Mun Flyby trajectory. Oh, you're right. We could have. Yeah, we could have used the RCS to fiddle with it. That's alright. We don't need to. That's good enough for me. Oh. Okay. Well, blink and you miss it, but there's Kerbin setting behind the Mun. We should get a nice Kerbin rise here. What's that? Oh, that's Jewel. I should be able to tell without looking for Jewel. It's so bright. Alright, we're gonna time warp to the encounter. I have no patience. To the encounter, to the node. 2, 1, 0, burn. Oh, I've left the Kerbals in the dark for the entire flight. Oh, look at that. You know what? We're going to try and actually deorbit with this stage, because I'd like to crash it into the Mun, and then we can reorbit with... Sorry, I just noticed Kerbin again. Looks so pretty. Oh, come on, can we deorbit? Can we deorbit? Yes, we're deorbited! Alright. Separate. And point prograde. Oh, I wanted to... Alright, well, that's fine. Push us away from it, push us away from it. Alright. 97 by 86 is not a great orbit, but that's fine. We don't need it to be that good. We have 2200 meters per second. We have plenty of delta V. So, if we warp to here, is that going to be close enough to the site? Oh no, I didn't turn... Okay, the skipper definitely does have an alternator. Good. 10 electric charge per second. Works for me. I misplaced Kerbin. Where'd the planet go? There it is. That's cool. It should tell us that we're entering... Oh, yep, we're entering... Ah! We missed it. Okay, okay, run the log temperature. Yes, we got it. Okay. We don't actually need that, so just reset it, I guess. Did that count? Yes, that counted. Okay. Okay, so it's pretty forgiving with the actual position. Will it tell us when we leave this area? That's our other lander down there. So we were actually fairly close. Oh, turn off SAS. We don't need it. Okay, let's just time warp around the Mun again, I guess. We're getting close. Oh, we're kind of... It might be worth... Okay, we're going this way around the Mun, so we're actually orbiting retrograde relative to its rotation. wonder if it might be worth setting a maneuver node. Which way is the Mun rotating? Okay, so they should be coming out that way. So let's set a maneuver like here, I guess, and try to even it out a little. We don't want to be... Oh, that's the wrong way. Alright, let's try that. Sphere of influence, as it were, of the server. Yeah. Thankfully, because it means that we don't actually have to be all that precise. I was worried that we'd have to be like millimeter level precision, but we don't. We're pretty close. Alright, time warp to the maneuver node. Blinking you miss it, Kerbin Rise there. 40, 30, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Good enough. That should put us... Yep, that puts us pretty much over the survey sites. So now we just warp to here. Actually, warp to here. And then just be ready on backslash. And then we do actually want to land as well on the Mun, because there's a reason we came with a lander. Okay, stop. Stop the time warp. Log the temperature. Excellent. Okay. And then the next site, I'm not sure if that's going to count. Warp to it. I think we're passing a little bit too... I guess, you know... We could aim to land on it. So let's see, we... Aim from here. Maybe a little bit closer. Aim to land, like... there? Because I think the Mun's rotation should bring it towards us, right? Although the Mun doesn't rotate that fast, does it? So... Maybe even closer? Like, maybe like... Oh, actually, no. Our deorbit burn specifically, we actually kind of want to pass over it, because we're going to be burning... So let's aim directly for it. Is that... Alright. We'll go with that. What's the altitude required? That's a good point. Above 8,600 meters. Alright. Never mind then. Landing on it isn't an option. Thanks for that. Yeah, that was never going to work anyway. Alright. We'll just do that. And can we... Wrong way. I'm gonna try to stay around the same orbital altitude. It doesn't really matter. Just nice to try to keep the same position. Alright, time up to that. What is our electric charge? We're fine. 10, 5, 1... Alright, good enough. We're gonna pass over it? Yeah, that looks like we should be passing over it. Warp to it. And be ready on backslash. Okay. We backslashed, so now... Log the temperature again. And we got it! And yeah, we ran all these experiments over the Mun already. Did we run the pressure? Yeah. Alright. Did we get a crew report? Yes. There is one thing that I'd like to do, though. Let's get Simmoned out on EVA. She has... Yeah, she does have... Okay. And now we want to go into the inventory. And we want to take one of these. Can we put it in her inventory? Yes, we can. We'll take off her parachute and... Ah. Small problem. Small problem. Alright, we'll do this on the way back. We'll do that on the way back, because we're going to deploy some things on the surface of the Mun. Also, did we take an EVA report? Yeah. Alright. Back aboard, then. Back in your seat. Actually, wait. Before that. Can we see the Mun out any of these windows? Not that one. I think we're perfectly oriented not to, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, we're perfectly oriented not to see the Mun. That's alright. Alright, so... that one's now done. So now we need to gather surface deployed mystery go observation science from the surface of the Mun. I think we have a mystery goo experiment with us. Bring a Munstone on the Mun back to Kerbin. So, ideally we find somewhere with a lot of Munstones. I'm just gonna aim for this crater here, I guess. And probably miss. There's a cool Nightside Kerbin. Yeah. Actually, if we just aim anywhere on the regolith, then I guess we can just go exploring. It's not like Kerbals have life support to worry about, so we can just be walking for ages. So let's do that. Point towards the maneuver node. We do want to be landing on the day side, and we're actually landing, the Mun rotates that way, so we will have plenty of daylight remaining when we get to it. Turn off SAS because I don't trust it. We are still using power that, well, apparently we're not. You'd think we would have been, though. Alright. 2.2 kilometers per second should be more than enough to land on the Mun and return to Kerbin, so... Alright. Good. That's our deorbit burn done. We just need to make sure we don't hit space. Can't hear that word regolith without it. Yeah. I want to be so careful with time warp because I do not want to time warp into the surface of the Mun because then we have to fly the whole mission again. Alright. We'll go with that, and let's start killing our horizontal velocity here. So it's not perfectly flat, but to be honest, that doesn't bother me all that much. Actually, the skipper's so powerful, we really don't need to worry about too much. We do want to be worried about where the actual surface is, though. I guess we can drop the landing gear. How much does it clear the skipper's bell by? Oh, more than I thought. Alright. Can't remember, did you say last time that... Yes, that's correct. We do not have any quick saves. I don't remember if I disabled them or not. I think I might have done. But I generally play without quick saves anyway. Okay, let's get to like below 100 meters per second. And let's try to actually kill a ton of our horizontal... There we go. Alright, so now most of our velocity is vertical, and it looks like we're going to be landing in a crater. Or next to a crater. Yeah, we're going to be landing next to a crater. That's okay. We could aim for in it, but... No, it's kind of nice to have the crater to explore next to us. I'm just curious. Alright, it's not really worth it. Used a third of that 2200 meters per second. Yeah, I know. It doesn't take much to get back to Kerbin, though, is the thing, so we're fine. So. Also, when we take off, we're going to be going into, like, a prograde orbit around the Mun, because that's easier to get back to Kerbin from. I'm really, really bad at judging when to start a suicide burn. Are these Munrocks that we can collect? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Even at minimum throttle. Just doing fuel callouts, Apollo 11 style. Yeah. That's fun. Halfway down. Oh. Fitting as well, Apollo 11 was actually kind of the worst Mun landing. Okay. This is insane. The skipper is way too powerful for... Alright, just... So note to self, we definitely don't need the skipper here. Alright. We're on the surface now. Let's try to balance it a little bit. How do we do that? String damper. I think we need to do that, and then this one we want to go up. Oh. Oh, right, they're all on symmetry. You know what, it doesn't matter. It's not going to tip over, is it? Alright, which one do we want out? Lunar. Let's get her out. And she's going to take... Did I call her Lunar? Simmond. Lunar's the other one. Alright, so let's go ahead and put her parachute in here, and we will take the deployed science. No, we won't. Can we just drop it? I don't know how this works. Can we take this? No. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing on that. How do you deploy science? Oh, is it like this? Can we get it out and... How does this work? Have you seen Studio A24's Apollo 11 documentary? I haven't. It's definitely something to watch for, though. How do I get deployed science out? Oh, okay. The Kerbal can carry it. But, it exceeds the weight that a Kerbal can construct within this gravity. Fantastic! Is that my engineer? No, she's my scientist. So can she not use the deployable? Oh, I took her EVA pack off. Please tell me you can grab the ladder. Good. Alright, we'll just give her this back. I guess you'll keep that as well. Okay. Let's just drop her onto the surface and get another one. Let's get Bill out. Fortunately, yes, she can. I was a bit surprised about that. Okay, can you please... Okay. Okay. So Bill can... It dropped. Okay. I think that's fine. Actually, can we drop this as well? Excellent. Let's take Bill's stuff off. That should be fine. Simmons should deploy the science. Okay. So Simmons should deploy the science, Bill should deploy the solar array that's bouncing away right now. Bill, I'm gonna need you to run. Bill, I'm gonna need you to run a little bit faster. Alright. We'll just put this in here for now. So how do we deploy it? Or can we just right-click on him? Inventory. Okay. So that doesn't count as being deployed. Exit construction mode. So how do we... Guys, I'm confused. Alright, so now... Do we hit perform EVA science? And that's great. Take a surface sample. Oh, we already took a surface sample. Perform EVA science. Oh, look at that. Whack. I have no idea where that went. Oh, wait, hang on. Can we just click on... We could just click on it! Okay! We're keeping that, obviously. Space to place the part. Okay. Space. Okay, that worked! Oh my goodness, okay. Let's get Simmons now. Let's put Simmons back on the lander, actually, because she's going to... Oh, wait. Okay, let's get... I really should have taken one of their parachutes off. Because we don't really have anywhere to put things, is the issue. I don't like that you can switch to these. That's kind of annoying, actually. Alright, Bill, get back on the lander. Because we don't need you doing anything anymore. What's in your inventory? You still have an EVA science equipment. You don't really need that, so can we put this back on... Can we reach the lander? No. Alright, so Bill, I'm going to need you to get back on the lander. There we go. How did doing the EVA science... You know what? I'm not going to question it. Take your things back out of here so that Simon can put hers in. You're fine. Can we... How... Where is she? There we go. Alright. Take your thingies off. It's literally like, you know that puzzle question that asks, like... That asks you to get people across the river using a boat, but you can't... Like, it doesn't fit all of them, but it fits certain ones of them in certain combinations. That's what it feels like. Why can't we pick this up? No, I don't want to target it. Stop targeting it. Can Bill pick it up? Can Bill put it in her inventory? Yes. Alright, you know what? I'm not gonna question it. Okay. So put that down. Space. Connection state not connected. I don't know what that means. Alright, we'll do the science in a second. Hang on. What... Does Bill need to do something with this? Bill can't do anything with this. Alright. Simmons, can you... I don't... Guys, I don't know what I'm... Oh, F to interact. F to I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first time ever using EVA science. I'm sure you can tell. Okay, Bell, can you like F to interact with this? Yes. Oh, a little bit. Back. Bell. F. Okay. You can both do things. Okay, Bill can just whack it. Not connected. Not connected means you don't have a transmitter object. Do we need a transmitter object? If we do, then we're leaving these guys on the Mon. Not you. Alright. We might as well get all three of them out on EVA. I think it's only right that because they're doing all our... Interesting. I guess this is a different biome on the Mon, right? So it's actually worth getting the science again. Cool. Alright. Now you go on EVA, and I think... Oh, the interact is just for fun. So how do I get the... How do I do this? How do I do the surface deployed mystery goo? Well done, Lunar. Alright, Lunar's going to run over here and plant a flag. Okay, plant a flag. CAC. Contracts complete. I planted the flag backwards, but that's okay. Wait, what? Could you play with it? Wait, what? Oh, you can also interact with it. Why can you interact with it? What are you doing? Alright. We can also climb it. I wanna have a look at the Mun rocks that I saw from orbit. These ones, because I think... Do I need to like take a surface sample from them? I think that's what I need to do. You know what? How much EVA propellant do you have? Oh, we're fine. So the problem is with parallax, I don't actually know what's breaking ground and what's parallax. Oh. We're spinning out of control. Here we go. Alright. Get up. Walk it off. You're fine. KSP Wiki says there must be a powered command unit along with the solar... Are you saying that we need to launch another... We need to launch another thing carrying more science? Surface sample from the Mun's middlings. That's not what we need, is it? I don't know. I think the surface sample might count, hopefully. A command unit. Does the command pod not count? I mean, I guess we can leave these guys on the Mun. That's not the end of the world, but... Are we really gonna have to come back up here? Again, not the end of the world. We can do it. Might need to launch another thing. Check the launch assembly building. Alright. Oop. It's a good job that Kerbal helmets don't break, because on the real moon, that would actually be so dangerous. Alright. Turn off RCS so we can run. I think the command unit is a separate thing, as in separate from the solar panel and separate from the science. I'm pretty sure they're the only deployables I have, but... Alright, tell you what, these guys can stay on the Mun for a while. We're going back into the vehicle assembly building. This is so... There's so much. Oh. All right. Here we go. Into the vehicle assembly building. I guess we can launch the same rocket again, but to be honest, I'm kind of tempted to build another one. Nah, you know what? This one's here. Alright, science. Not science. Utility? Cargo. Cargo. Yeah, I don't see any... Command unit. Needs a deployed central station to operate. Bring a trained engineer this part. Okay. Bring a trained engineer. Will only produce enough power for one other unit. We only have one other unit out there. What do you need? Please do not return to Kerbin ever. Okay. Needs a deployed power unit and central station. What's a central station? I don't... Okay. Oh, this. The experiment control station? Alright. Can't hear you, watching a video to confirm. Alright. Tell you what. We're fine. We're fine. We don't need the additional EVA experiments, so we're actually going to get rid of these. We're just going to carry... This is technically a payload launch. Oh, we will keep this, though. Solar panel's probably going to be useful. Okay. Actually, you know what? Mercury Castle is going to be a lot cheaper. Actually, what is the price comparison between the Apollo capsule? 3,800 versus 635. This does have cargo space, right? Yes, it only has one unit, but that's fine. We don't need any more than that. Let's go with... Nah, let's go with white. Kind of like the white. Alright, control unit. And then we're going to send Jebediah. Because we just need a pilot, really. Actually, you know what? No, like I said, Val's better trained, so we're just gonna send her. And... So not you, Jeb, sorry. Val. And this is literally going to be a mission to go to the Mun, drop something off, and return. I think it's 1.25 meters? Yeah. Although, realistically speaking, we don't need all of that. In fact, we don't need half of that. We'll go with 80 to be safe, but I don't think we'll even need 80, to be honest. Okay. And... Oh, other thing. Valentina Kerman. Get rid of her parachute. She's going to bring... the experiment control... Alright. She's not... Oh, not that. No, the solar panel. Yeah, there we go. Can she wear an EVA jetpack? No. That's fine then. Okay. That's all we need. So she's not going to be leaving her spaceship. I love that parachutes are considered like utility, like, here, you can have this, it might be fun. Alright. Coupling, TD12. Don't want that. Okay. I was just checking the size. We don't need anything that big. Go with this. What kind of engine do we put on this? Probably Terrier. Go with a compact Terrier. Oh, actually. I think that might mesh well with more... Hello? Just no oh, there we go. Okay. Give it a hypergolic flame, just because it looks fun. That only has 500. Oh, that only has 594 meters per second. That's not going to be enough. Interesting. Maybe we do need this one. $870 meters per second. Oh wait, no, that's, hang on. I'm forgetting this is measuring at sea level. 3,500. Okay. I think that might be enough. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Go with landing legs as well. Start retracted. Alright. Now we want another decoupler. Then we want more fuel. You know what, just for the sake of not panicking, let's go ahead and put on 2 solar panels, just so we have them. What engine is going to be powerful enough to carry this? Can we make this smaller? 0.875 meters. Okay. That doesn't fit. Definitely not the skipper. Does the poodle fit? Oh, the poodle's massive. What variants does the poodle have? Maybe that? Yeah, that works. Yeah. Not one to tell him how to run his missions, but it feels a little like we're rushing this build a little. Say anything, but it's stuck if something gets overlooked. I'm rushing it a little, but I am also thinking. I'm trying not to rush it too much. But remember, I like, the secondary goal is to get to Minmus on this stream. Oh my goodness. Is that enough Delta V, do you think? Probably not. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. However, we do have the option of this. And then enhance it with solid... Wait, hang on. 0.3 is not going to be enough. Okay. I need something with pretty good thrust at sea level. Alright, the skipper matches that requirement. What's our thrust weight ratio here? 2.53. No, I mean, you're right. I'm glad you brought it up, because, I mean, you're not wrong. I kind of am rushing it a little. Ideally, I would not be, but... Would it be crazy to aim for, like, almost an SSTO design? So, like, the first stage gets us all the way into orbit, and then the second stage is what does all the work. That's still an insane thrust weight ratio. Only 97 seconds burn time. I don't think that's gonna work. Or... does this have the thrust to actually... not that. 1.01. Okay. But that's the second stage, which means it's going to be firing at altitude. Not you. So if we do that and then put like a skipper engine on the bottom. Or a swivel. No, the swivel's not going to have the power for it. Skipper. 1.73. Let's try at an altitude of like 10 kilometers, 11 kilometers, 1900 meters per second. That should be enough. Or a space plane. A space plane? Interesting. A space plane. That's a thought. Well, what do we have in the way of aerodynamics? We've got... Okay. I've never actually gotten an SSTO to work before. But I'm willing to try. How much do jet engines cost? Oh, we have a Wheezy. That is so much bigger than the Juno. They cost... Okay, they're fairly cheap. Do we have a circular intake that actually would fit the Wheezy? I think that would, wouldn't it? Yeah, because that's the Junos. Okay, scrap the whole rocket. We're going with something else. We are going with a spaceplane. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try. Because you know what? You're right. That is something new, something fun, something interesting. We're doing it. Okay. How much cargo space does this have? 1. And again, yeah, we're sending Val. I mean, technically speaking, it has 1, but what we could do... Where is it? Payload. We could put one of these on it. Oh, that is actually just hollow. I don't think we need to, though. I think we should prioritize fuel. Oh, actually... Small problem. We're allowed a lot less parts in the spaceplane hangar. Oh, actually, we're allowed 255 parts. Oh, we're only allowed 18 tons. That might do it for us. Okay. We'll try this. We'll try it. Actually, we've got this. I think this is better for airplanes, to be honest. Okay. Problem is with planes, you really need to... No, you're good. I think it's fun. Like I've never really made an SSTO that properly worked before. This is an interesting idea. I really do like it. I just really hope it actually works. But no, genuinely, I really like this idea. To save a little on mass, let's use 2 of these at the back for both pitch and roll. Like so. Or not roll, yaw. What's our mass right now? 10 tons out of 18. See, this is kind of the issue. How much do these weigh? Still 10 tons, okay. Are the Junos actually going to be ideal for this? I think they might be, you know. Which is kind of weird, because, like, genuinely they suck. I know I've got one stream where I'm basically just using them out of spite, but genuinely the Juno engine kind of sucks, but it might actually be what we want in this case. Hang on, we are going to angle them slightly because we want some roll stability, but we also want control surfaces on them. Okay. How's that look? Think it looks like a plane. That's something. Move it up, in. Do we have retractable landing gear? We do. Okay, so we want one in the middle. And two back here. That. Center of mass, center, not thrust, lift. Why is it so far back? Not that, not that. We want the entire wing assembly. Bring it forward. Locks the door. Although technically speaking, Val doesn't need to leave. Right? Val does not need to leave. She just needs to deliver... This is absolutely unnecessary because KSP does actually consider them connected, but I don't trust it. Okay, and then we want an engine for use in space. So let's go with... Well, first we need something to connect it to. Fortunately, it doesn't actually have to be connected to a fuel tank, so that doesn't matter as much. Because you can connect it to this. Alright. Let's see. Engines... What is this? Maneuvering engine. I think that's a modded part, and I'm trying, like, for the most part, I'm trying to avoid modded parts. There are certain things, like, I did the contract for, excuse me, for these. But they kind of showed up, and I was like, you know what, this might be interesting. I hope that's acceptable for you guys. Sorry if it's not. So, we need this to be pointing through the center of mass. Is that going to... Alright. Go with that, maybe. That looks bizarre. But it might work. Alright. And then we want aerodynamics, circular intakes, and I guess we want the Juno engine. Now that is weird. Well, good. Before we do anything else, let's make sure we actually put that on board. Good. Okay. Okay. That's not enough Delta V, is it? Well, do you think that's enough Delta V to get to the Mun and back to Kerbin? It's not, is it? We need to go with the rocket. I don't think we have... Also, we are still within weight. Would it be... Yeah, that doesn't work. So, I mean... These will be drawing purely from these fuel tanks, which means all of this fuel has to get us... it has to get us into space, has to get us to the Mun, it has to get us to the Mun's surface, and it has to get us back to Kerbin. What's the delta V in space? Not enough. We don't have enough. Alright, we gotta go with the rocket. It was a nice thought, though. You know, as an SSTO, I actually kind of like that design, so we might come back to it, but not for this one. Now I have to do... I'm just gonna build the same rocket again, because I was comfortable with it. Also, yeah, just check. Yeah, she still has that. Good. Sorry. Okay. So... Utility, cargo, good, thermal, heat shield, good, coupling, nope, that's 1.8, so 5, good, good. What kind of engine did we put on this? I think it was a Terrier, right? That's kind of a fun pattern. Actually, if we're doing pattern work... Do you reckon the 3.4 kilometers per second of delta V, are we measuring that? We're measuring that in vacuum. Okay, the Terrier is surprisingly efficient. Do you reckon the swivel can lift this? 11 kilometers, 1.08. I'm gonna go with no. Technically speaking, yes, but I'm going with no. There we go. No, for some reason I really want the TD-18. I don't know why. Now this stage we can go as wild with it as we want, because if the skipper can't lift this, then why are we using a skipper? We're not far enough along in the tech tree, unfortunately. I don't know how much science I actually have. We might be getting there, but we're not quite there yet. What am I looking for? Engines. Keep getting distracted. Skipper. What's your thrust weight ratio? 1.92. How was it heavier last time? Alright, add another one of these. 1.69. That's more like it. This is... It's such a stick. It's such a... Okay, let's not forget landing legs, and we should put some solar panels on it as well. So, let's see, electrical, solar panels. Good. Landing legs, landing struts. Good. Start retracted. Maybe we'll add a communications device to this as well. There is no reason for it. How much do they cost? 300? Yeah, no reason not to. Okay, now this thing, I do not trust it at all. So let's auto strut these just a little bit. I don't think we're gonna need too much. All right. It was the probe and space probe. Okay, so I know we've got insane thrust to weight ratio anyway, but hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Thrust weight ratio just on the boosters is over 1. If I turn the thrust loader to 50%. Alright, well, we kind of want... Okay. Go with that. What's the burn time on them? 78 seconds. What's the burn time on this? 80 seconds? Oh. Alright, well, we definitely don't need as much solid fuel in these then. Fire everything at the same time. More boosters is never wrong. Exactly! Exactly! So you get it. You get it. Oh, actually. Actually. Nope, too big. See, because if we do this, and actually, we can afford to do this. We have the mass ratios for it. We have more than the mass ratios for it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, and then if we go with, let's get some clamps on this. Okay. We'll fire the skipper first and we'll fire it at very low thrust. Also, let's not forget that the whole reason for doing these tanks was to feed into the main rocket. There we go. And also struts. Always struts. When in doubt, struts. Struts solve all of life's problems. There we go. Okay. Why kill when you can overkill? Exactly! This is so stupid. This is actually dumb. Okay, let's see what the thrust weight ratio at sea level is. 0.82 on the skipper, 2.29 on the boosters. We're good. We're gonna be good. We're good. I might need to turn the thrust limiter on these down. But you know what? It's nice because all of my other rockets have been so low thrust weight ratio. Oh, what do we call this? Any suggestions? Open to anything. Do you want to go to the mun or through the mun? Yes. Stick. I mean, look at it. It's a stick, right? Like, it's a stick with boosters. Save. Let's do it. Mun piercer. That's definitely, yeah. That was another option. I might I might save over the save file because that's actually much better. We don't have fins, but all of our engines have gimbal, so I think we should be fine. I'm trying to think, like, I'm doing like the final checks in my head right now. Doing the go no go poll in my head. See if we need to go back to the VAB or not, but I don't think we do. I think we're set. Let's go ahead and double check that we've got our payload aboard. We do. Alright. We don't have a ladder. But like I said, Val's not getting out, so that should be fine. Alright. Well, let's go like a third throttle. Ignition. Lift off. This is so dumb. This is... Actually, what's the wind like? Yeah, I haven't checked that. We have all... I don't need the weather radar. 5 meters per second of crosswind. That's some very high winds. You know, we've got so much thrust, I think it legitimately just doesn't matter. Just... Okay, let's pull this up. Thrust weight ratio is so high. We really, really don't even need the skipper at this point. I love how they were sending in extra ships and want to carry parts so small that it fits into a Kerbal infantry. Yeah. Literally, yeah. Alright, well, we're out of liquid fuel, so that's good. Alright, ditch the boosters and throttle up. Ooh, a little bit more throttle. There we go. Oh, that was a very steep gravity turn, by the way, but you know what? We had 2.2 thrust to weight ratio. We might as well spend it all getting out of the atmosphere. We literally don't even need to run the skipper at full thrust. We might genuinely be able to get to the Mun just on the skipper stage. We have 2 more stages above it. Oh, we're falling. Sometimes it's a good idea, you know, to actually look at the nav ball when you're playing this game. But I much prefer to check chat. Don't text and fly. Please don't text and fly. We are literally sending this to the Mun for no, like, we're not even sending Valentina to the Mun technically. I mean, she's in the rocket, she's going there, but she can't get out because she doesn't have an EVA pack. So she's not really going to see her friends at all. Her mission is literally to drop off. I wanted to play hardcore, so I disabled quick saves in the nav ball. Oh god, I can't even imagine playing without the nav ball. Let's have a look. I don't think, you know, I don't think I could fly a rocket like this. Not all the way to orbit. I mean, maybe. Because the music works as a good cue for when you actually get to space, but no. Okay, I'm going to go back on my words slightly. I don't think we could get to the Mun just on the skipper stage. Also, let's just push it to full throttle and try to get our apoapsis into space, because our apoapsis is actually really low. She's legit doing it. Yeah, literally. We are genuinely sending like, yeah, this is, it's like Uber Eats, but to the Mun. Are we gonna break that? What's this thing's... There's no way that has good enough thermal tolerance to survive this. Wow, we didn't actually get to space with the skipper. That's... oh my goodness. Our thrust to weight ratio is insane on every stage. Okay, you know what? We need to burn more radial out, because we really just need our apoapsis to hit space. Uber Eats to the Mun, yeah. Okay. We're gonna go for like a 75-kilometer apoapsis. Okay. Val, I'm gonna need you to stop doing that now. I'm gonna need you to point prograde. Okay, let's give it a tiny bit of throttle so that we can actually control the ship. This is technically speaking a waste of Delta V, but I mean, we're barely burning any fuel. There we go. Come on, get us into space, please. Please. I should just showboating. Okay, we're in space, we're in space. It might be worth just burning prograde immediately, to be honest, because I think that's what we need to do. Oh no, we actually have some time to spare. Yeah, we'll go for that. Why? Like, I mean, I'll tell you why. It's because this rocket is insane. I don't think it's the most overbuilt Mun rocket in existence, to be honest, but it's pretty close. Especially considering our goal is to deliver not even a Kerbal, just some supplies for our Kerbals to use on the surface. But that's okay. Yeah, sorry. Not even supplies, just one little thing for them to use on the Mun because they don't have it. I forgot to change the camera again, I'm so sorry. Alright, we're in orbit. For now, we'll just set the Mun as our target. I think we need to burn pretty much just behind where we are. That seems like a pretty good encounter. It would be nice to just, like, put her onto a free return trajectory, because it would actually be hilarious if we could put her onto, like, a free return trajectory and then just, like, drop the supply onto the Kerbals on the surface. We have so much Delta V that honestly we might as well start fine-tuning our approach from Kerbin, although that's kind of perfect, to be honest. We'll go with that. Should we have a look at what she sees before we aim at the maneuver node, because we've got 27 minutes? Oh, there's... I mean, she's got a view. Sort of. If we come down here, is there a window in this hatch? No. We're sending her to the Mun in a phone booth. She'll be fine. Kerbals love space. I mean, look at her. She's thrilled. Why does this have more Delta V? Why does this have more Delta V than our actual Mun lander that we sent last time? Come on, point there. Stop. Okay. Good enough. Time warp to it. Let's get that sunrise shot. That's pretty. There's Jewel passing over. And Moho. Moho's bigger than I expected it to be honest. TARDIS noise intensified. Okay, come on. Okay, there. Stop. Our reaction wheels are simultaneously too strong and not nearly strong enough. Okay, there, stop. Keep it there. Alright. 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 0 seconds. Burn. It's yours. I'm hoping that when this stage flames out, we'll be on a collision course with the Mun. That's the goal. Also, look at that. How much electric charge do we have? All of it. Oh, we only have 50 though. Oh, but we've got solar panels, so you know what? It's fine. She's only done 2 orbits of Kerbin. That's kind of hilarious. Or no, wait, hang on. How does that... I'm actually not sure how it calculates that. I think it's saying that it's worth 2 points, maybe, for her? I have no idea. So I'm hoping that when this stage flames out... Ah, it's gonna go back... Oh, you know what? Alright, it's gonna enter Kerbin and it's just gonna stay there. That's fine. Separate. And burn, and... Okay, have a look at what our approach is. Ah, we missed it. That's alright. We don't need it to be perfect. The trajectory looks so weird once you enter another celestial body's sphere of influence. But alright, let's speed this along. Our Kerbals on the surface are waiting. Oh, are we spending? No, we're not. Okay, good. She is looking at nothing right now. But you know what? It's fine. I don't even know where the Mun is. Oh, there's the Mun. She can see nothing. She can see stars. We have no RCS on this one, actually. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. We have 3.2 kilometers per second of Delta V. To be honest, I think we're going to be okay. Alright. So now that we are in the Mun sphere of influence, let's go ahead and circularize, because we've got the Delta V to do so. Basically, I didn't want to have to fly efficiently, and now I don't. Ooh. I think I could get nearly perfect. That's close enough. Come on. Heck. It's moving in random directions. Why? There is no... Why is it doing that? Oh, because I told it to point prograde. I see. That's on me. I see. Alright, turn off SAS and time warp to our burn. The Mun is a pretty rock. Four, 3, 2, 1, 0. Not quite perfectly circular, but that's okay, we don't need it to be. Where are our friends? They are here. So let's... Which direction are we moving? We're orbiting this way. Let's just verify that so that I know for a fact. Yes, okay. So we want to land... We could probably start our deorbit burn here. Not quite that much. It doesn't need to be spot on, because we can fine-tune it once we get close. That's probably good. So let's go ahead and go towards that. Excellent. I see Jewel and Paul right now. That's cool. Two locations that I would like to go at some point, because I've actually never been to Jewel or Paul. I've not been to any of Jewel's moons. I've not been to the Julian system ever in KSP. Make sure she remembers to take a picture of the package leaning up against the... She can't. She's not allowed out of her spaceship, so she can't, unfortunately. Okay, go with that. Excellent. Actually... Oh, you know what? It's fine. I did just realize, though, that we're going to not be as close as I want it to be. Okay, time warp down. Is this them here? Yes. Alright. So, I wanted to do something. I forgot what. I legitimately forgot what I wanted to do. Well, let's go ahead and deploy the landing gear. Is that going to get us closer to them? Yes, by quite a bit, actually. Change the alternative. Yes, thank you. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's remember we're not using a skipper this time. We're using a terrier. So let's start killing our velocity now. However, nope, wrong way. This way. Try to push us over towards them. We'll get our velocity down to like... Okay, we'll go with that. Set the landed ship as a target. Oh, I mean, we can. I don't... Oh, we can actually set the flag as a target. I just don't really think it's necessary, really. Alright. Oh, we're way farther away than I want it to be. Okay. So let's... Let's actually do this. Okay, so if we do that, and then we can point prograde. No, not... I don't want to point down, I want to point up. Ideally, we land within 1 kilometer of them. What does the map view look like? Yeah, we're not really getting near them, although... We're also not that far away, so... We're spending a lot of our Delta V here, but we've got so much of it to spare that it just kind of doesn't matter. As far as landing near it. It says we could be closer. So let's get closer. There we go. Now we're landing basically on top of them. That's what we want. 2.3 kilometers is physics range, that's why the game just froze. Okay. Like I said, I'd like to be within 1 kilometer of them, so we're kind of aiming for that. Okay, so where does that trajectory put them? It's not worth looking at the map screen, I don't think, anymore. Alright. We are now good. We're not as close as we could still actually aim to be a little bit closer. Okay, so 215 meters. We can get closer. 1500 meters per second to spare. We can get closer. Before things were close. Yeah, I know. That is funny to me as well. Alright. Now point retrograde. And let's not do this. Let's not do this. I think we just hopped over it. Okay, well, the map screen is effectively useless right now. Okay. Is that enough? Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, the Terrier is very powerful, so we don't actually need that much thrust, so let's keep that in mind as we land. There we go, within 100 meters. That's not too bad. Alright, perfect. Cool. Close enough is close enough. This is close enough. Alright, let's switch to not this lander, I want one of the Kerbals. Simmond? Actually, I think it will have to be... We didn't bring a cargo blister. Oh, but you know what? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Yeah, I did actually just think, you know what? We can totally just do... We can totally just drop these. Or not. Hello? Okay, you know what? Val will go at EVA, but she's not allowed to leave the spaceship. Why? Why can't you just drop these? Okay. I will be right back, guys. Give me just a sec, okay? Okay, I'm back. Hi, Fluffball. The dog's right here next to me. Not right now, Fluffball. Okay, you think I had the engineer in build mode. Okay. Let's try that then. You have a jetpack, right? Yes, you do. Fly over to Val, and you're just going to take the things off her. Set. Alright, come on. Grab. Good. Alright. So now go into build mode. Now can we just drop these? Ah, yes, there we go. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Drop it over here. Please don't. Okay, drop it there. And drop this similarly. Okay. Alright. That works. Alright. Cool. Oh. Let's get Val back to Kerbin and then we can work on the rest of it later. We have four. You know what? We need a screenshot of this, don't we? We have 4 Kerbals on the Mun right now. I think we need to be on one of the landers. Why can we not... It's because I want like a from the ground angle... Yeah, okay. We can't really see the other Kerbals from here though. That's cool. Yeah, I did too. I did too. That's why I immediately grabbed the solar pedal. I did not trust that. Alright. Oh, where? Okay. Where in the world is Val's lander? Here we go. Bill seems pretty close, but you know what? I'm sure it'll be fine. Val, let's go home. Oh, we need a higher periaps or apopsis though. It's not gonna work. Get it to 15 because that's safe. That was an option, but you know what? I'm sure there will be more moon missions in the future, so it's fine. And we did get one screenshot. Actually, we got a few. I got a few screenshots, so it's all right. We still have science to do on the Mun as well, so let's get Val home, and then continue doing science on the Mun. 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlunar orbit. Good enough. And then we want to go back to Kerbin. So I think we want to start from like here. Because we want to be burning retrograde relative to the Mun. Or relative, not relative to the Mun, relative to Kerbin. So... Well, I guess it's another Mun encounter, but that's not what we're looking for. There we go. Time warp to that. She does need it. She does need that t-shirt. That'd be great. I wonder... I wonder if you could do that. I wonder if you could, like, color Kerbals differently. Obviously, you can do their heads, but... We're gonna see Kerbin rise before we need to burn. I hope so. Yep, we got a screenshot of it too. We got a screenshot. Yeah, I'm sure that's safe. To be honest, it's Val. She can take the G's. Should we get a screenshot of her leaving the Mun? See Jewel over there. It's not gonna let me time warp faster than 1,000 times. I'm very tempted to enable better time warp. Especially for things like this. Why does it slow you down when you're entering or exiting a sphere of influence? Set up the science while she's flying. Oh, actually, yeah, good point, good point. How long until she reaches? Can we find out? Add a maneuver. 3 hours. You know what? Do we have time? Do we have time? Do we have time? Maybe we have time. I don't know. Also, what kind of Kerbal do we need to set up the command station? Because we have a pilot, a scientist, and an engineer, which is the 3 different career. I mean, you've got tourists as well, but they don't really count. Yeah, what type of Kerbal do you need? So the command station and whatever. Not you. Not you. Not you. Oh, yeah, you. Oh boy. Well, actually, yeah, I need you back at the spaceship, so... Okay. And now switch to... Oh my goodness. Switch to Simmond. Not you, not you, not you, not you. Simmond. Alright. She's going to get her stuff out of the lander. Well, I'll say one thing. She can oh my goodness. Get up. She can definitely reach the ladder without an EVA pack. So that's good. Are you kidding me? Okay, there we go. Alright, you're going to get your stuff out, and you're going to put it back on. Good. Alright. Now you are going to go up. Alright, jump. And you're going to put your stuff back on the lander. Good. And now you're going to run over to where you dropped the things off of Val's lander. Engineer for command station. Okay. This is why I want it to be fairly close. The ship's not under acceleration, though. Oh, not... No, I don't... Oh dear. Okay. Whew. We want to be very, very careful of Val, because she is on a collision course with Kerbin right now. Can you reach that? No. How close do you have to be to pick it up? Come on, Bill, you can do it. Okay, so what's the range on this? Like, how... You know, doesn't matter because walking doesn't take too long. I went to the mun and all I got was a crater-sized gray. Let's not do that to Val. She's actually currently our most advanced pilot. We kind of need her. We might not be going to Minmus in this stream, but you know what? That's okay because we've done 2 mun missions, so... Just needs to be close to the solar panel. I don't know what close means, but we'll figure that out. Alright, we'll go with this. Deploy it. Okay. Good. Now let's go get the solar panel because I'm pretty sure it's only powering one thing right now. This is so slow. Let's have another look at where Val is. Val's fine. Come on, let me grab it. 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 The command center can transmit, but only as far as Monte Carlo. Oh, really? Well, that's very useful to know. Thank you. Okay. All right. This is so slow. Okay. Experiments connected 1, comm signal. Okay. Alright. So actually maybe we're good? Put that down. Power units produced 0, power units required 1. Come on. Total power needed 2, total power available 4. So how does that work? Power units produced 0, power units required 0. It's not producing power units? Maybe we need a scientist? You're not a scientist. I'm good, it's all running? Really? Alright, well, tell you what, I'm more concerned about Val right now anyway, so let's go back to her. I don't have a clue what's going on. Alright. Alright. Point retrograde. This is 100% snapping off. Yeah, none of that's actually worked, so I don't know what's happening. We'll have a look. We'll go back to it in a second. Let's go for danger staging. We'll separate in the actual atmosphere. Crew report. Doesn't matter. Is it gonna explode? Please explode. Come on! Blow up! Moving at over 3 kilometers per second! Speaking of, yeah, I drained a lot of the ablator. How much of it are we actually using? Next to none. Oh, I forgot to drain the ablator on this one. We've got 200 units. We really don't need all of that. So we actually weren't nearly as efficient as we could have been. Which is insane. Takes forever to get science from them. Okay. I know, Firefly looks so good. Okay, that is blowing up now. Good. Also, let's go ahead and have a look out the window. Look at that. We've actually got a great view of Kerbin as well. Oh, you know what? That looks amazing. Should we do it in first person? Yeah, let's do it in first person. Because the sound, you can hear the spaceship rattling around her. I think we can get some information in here. Yeah, here we go. 1.5 kilometers per second. There you go. Another look? Yep, nothing. Alright. We are below a kilometer per second. Oh, the plasma died down. Alright. Oh, sonic boom there as we enter the atmosphere. And it looks like we are landing in flatlands. Okay. Let's go ahead and time warp down. Actually, how much ablator did we actually use? We used 12 units. Yeah, you really don't need any ablator. Actually, from the Mun, if you aim for like 30 kilometers periapsis, our periapsis was 1. But if you aim for like a 30 kilometer periapsis, you really don't need any. You don't need a heat shield. Oh, shoot. Also, can we take a crew report here? No. Landing in trees. Let's just turn off SAS. We're gonna land on a tree. No, not quite. There we go. Can we take a crew report here? No. Kerbin's Grasslands. Alright, we're done. Gonna give it old medal. I mean, we popped the chute eventually. We popped the chute. Alright, go ahead and recover this. So, Val effectively flew that for no purpose other than dropping off some equipment. Excellent. Because she's not going to get any science for this. She's not going to get much of anything for this. I'm not sure how we got 5 science from that, but you know what, I'll take it. 330 funds from recovered parts? Yeah, so whatever her rocket cost, we lost it. And Val did not gain any reputation. But we did gain 6.2 for our space agency. Alright, excellent. Let's go back to the spaceship that we have. Let's go with, actually, let's go with Simmons. We will fly Simmons. Just pop down to the Mon and back. She was in the neighborhood. Yep. Did some crazy maneuvering around their landing site as well. Alright. Oh, it's dark now on the Mon. Oh, look at that! That's cool. We've got a great view of Kerbin here. Alright, so how does this work? I definitely don't want to disable the part. Do we just need to, like, time warp? Is that what it... Like, if we time warp, does it still work? Does it still function? Or... I know the ISRU still functions when you time warp. Bill looks a bit concerned. Lunar looks like he's having quite a good time over there. Time warp works, right click on the actual experiment. Okay. Science rate 5%, science transmitted. Oh. Oh, I see. You sure time warp works? Oh yeah, it does, okay. Wow, that is incredibly slow. Okay. Well, I'm glad we don't have anything else going on. Alright. 10% to 50%. I wonder if maybe we should just send the Kerbals home. Also, do these expire? I know they do expire, I just don't know when. So maybe we should... Alright. Let's send Simmons to get a Mun sample from in the crater. Because we landed... Oh, to be honest, I thought the crater was a lot smaller than it is. Yeah, that's on fast. Oh, placing with the scientist goes faster? Good to know. Okay, so, yeah, there's something we might not... I mean, we're definitely going to be doing it again, but wow, okay, deployed science experiments take forever, okay. Good to know. Okay. I'm aiming for this little clearing here. I think there should be... Have you taken a surface sample? I have no idea. Well, if you have, we can just replace it. That's fine. You're fine. Get up. Get up! Simmons, get up. You are fine. Okay. Disable the EVA pack for now. I love that we can... Yeah, I love that we can hear. Now you get a lot if you place them on farther away bodies, but the communication package is only so strong that you have to have a comms network. Okay, good to know. So we might need to start setting up a comms network then. That's okay. Also, it sounds like for EVA science on Minmus we might need a comms network. Or a comms satellite at least. Good to know. Oh. Alright. Good to know. Alright, can you take a surface sample? Yes, take a surface sample. Oh, it's still from the Mons Midlands. But that's okay. We'll do that. Let's go ahead and plant a flag in the crater because we're in the crater and it's the first crater we've been in. We'll just phase through the rock here because obviously we're a ghost. Yeah, I didn't show you guys, but apparently the landing actually went wrong. We're actually a ghost right now. We don't have a corporeal form. That's kind of a hilarious screenshot. That's the only reason I took it. Alright, come on. Take off. Now let's get back to the lander. Yeah, right? Probably not as tasty as the ones on Minmus, though. -3 on the Mons hardness scale. Mo's hardness. Hello, Astibs292. How's it going? I can't remember if I've seen you before. I'm sorry. Was that the actual Mun rock we passed on the crater? I don't know. I'm hoping so, though. To be honest, I'm hoping that a surface sample is enough. Bring a Munstone on the Mun back to Kerbin. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a surface sample, does it? But I'm not really sure what it could be talking about. Do you mean this here? Nope, you have to get an actual Munstone. It's a thing. Okay, good. Well, before we worry about that, let's go ahead and refill Simmons' EVA pack. Basic lander, yeah. Get up. You are absolutely fine. Get up. Stop complaining. Alright. Put the ICS back away. Put the ICS back away. There we go. find one, and the Kerbal has a special interaction option to collect Munstone or something like that. Oh! Okay. Cool. I certainly wish I'd known about that prior to landing anywhere on the Mun. I wonder if Parallax is going to make that harder to find. I hope not. Okay, make sure that refills. Yep, okay. Okay, so what do they look like? Or is that one maybe? Is that two? That's Silas. Okay. I don't know what they look like, and also Parallax is everywhere, so Parallax makes them harder to find, but I think the one passed on the crater lip looks like a good candidate. Alright. Where's the flag that I placed then? Is that it? Yeah. Alright. This here? Where I've got my cursor right now, do you think, maybe? Or is that Parallax? I can't tell. Or here, maybe? Tried to put a link in chat, but I don't know if YouTube allows links in chat. I have no idea. I'm still very new to that on YouTube, so... Maybe this? No, that looks like Parallax. Although, I really don't know. Alright, so... Can you right-click on the rock, or do you have to right-click on the Kerbal? Also, do they have collision? Alright, let's come over here. Other side of the lip. Oh, that? Alright. Well, we're no strangers to running with Kerbals, are we? Just focus down here. Don't have a spaz attack by trying to follow the Kerbal on screen. They have collision. Okay. That should make it easier because my Parallax rocks don't have collision. I hope. Alright. This here? Did you right-click on the Kerbal like you're going to take a surface sample? Okay. Let's try to put her on top of it. And hope she doesn't fall through, because if she falls through then I don't think it's what we're looking for. Please? Ah. Yeah. Okay. Definitely too big. Too big? Okay. Maybe that there? I hope. No, I said we're no strangers to walking with Kerbals, but I'm not having her walk that. Alright. Maybe? If you go to the wiki and search... Yeah, I'm trying not to search anything, though. Alright, this is also... Okay, so Damunstone's not engulf the Kerbals, then. Because if that's the case, then it's going to be a lot harder to find. Maybe that? It's hard to tell if that's bigger than her or not. It's also practically impossible to see from here, so I'm just... Okay, that rock there. I've already misplaced it. I'm not sure where it was. Correct, you can climb the stones. Okay, good. We're narrowing it down. We are narrowing it down. Check her EVA propellant. Alright. She's running a bit low, but that's okay. Slow down, 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 slow down. Alright. What's the verdict on that? They're kind of a pain to even... They're kind of a pain to find even without parallax. Oh, good! That's perfect. Okay. What was I going towards? I found a rock that I thought was a good candidate, and now I've misplaced it. Are they dark or are they light? I'm assuming they're dark, because you said it was like a... It's now to your left. I'm just gonna stand still for a bit, because I've been moving around a lot. Dark. Okay. That does narrow down the potential options. So just say relative to the Kerbal, because I've been moving around a lot. Is it behind us now? Oh, I don't know. Oh, wait, hang on. No, that's not a rock, that's... I mean, it is a rock, but it's not a separate rock. The Kerbal's not moving. The Kerbal's not moving, so... just like... This is the direction she's facing, this is the direction she's going to be facing. Let's just say relative to her. I'm gonna keep moving the camera around, though, because I wanna find something. Do you reckon this? This little, like, circular thing here? Maybe... that, or maybe this... Where is she? Oh, she's tiny. Okay. I think this little circular rock looks good. Okay, you're saying 1 o'clock, so that's there. Alright, we'll have a look at that, and then I want to go have a look at the circular rock that I was looking at. Speed this up. Let's go... Alright. Oh, shoot. What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Oh, fuck. We killed Simon. And we can't revert. We can't revert. And we don't quick save. Guys, we just killed our Kerbal. We killed our scientist. Alright, well, we're never using physics warp again. Let's set that back to standard. Alright, there's kind of no point being here anymore, is there? Alright, let's get our Kerbals back home, then. Alright. That happened. Yeah, she's dead. Well, our first casualty of the space program. We're calling her a victim of the Kraken. I'm not I'm not taking responsibility for that. That was the Kraken's fault. That's fine. At this point, we just want to get our Kerbals home. Actually, have you taken an EVA report? You haven't. You can also take a surface sample. No, you've already taken one. Alright, we might be coming back to them at some point, but for now I'm going to treat that mission as, done. Over. Okay, Bill, if you could get a little bit closer to the ladder, that'd be great. Get up. Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen at some point. It's just unfortunate that it happened now. Bill's showing off. Now is not the time to show off, Bill. One of your friends is already dead. Grab the... Oh, okay. I think we just need to stop moving forward. Because we're moving forward and jumping and he's bashing his head on the lander. Okay. There we go. Alright, well... That's fine. These should continue working because they're on the Mun, right? Alright. I was plenty careful with Bill. We're running at such low throttle because the skipper is just so powerful. Okay, we're gonna go for 15 kilometers. That's good. Alright, well... Simon was kind of one of the more useful Kerbals as well, because we don't really need more pilots. We need more scientists. I guess we can go to the hirings. Ah, that sucks. Alright. Well, we can hire another Kerbal, that's okay. They've been on the Mun for 73 days. They've been on the Mun for more than 2 months. You know what? I think it's time for them to come home. I mean, realistically speaking, both of our Rib Simmond. Yeah, you know what? We need to do something in the next stream for her. You know what? The Minmus landing will be in her name. We'll dedicate the Minmus lander to her. Let me just write that down so I don't forget. Simmond dead on Mun. That works. I generally like my little space frogs as well. I tried not to do things like that, but you know what? It's KSP, it happens. It's... Ah! Physics warp is so glitchy. I guess I should have known better than trying it with contributions to the advancement of science will live on forever. Indeed. Oh, whoa. Okay. I don't know what my Kerbal's G limits are, but we're basically just going to be plunging them. Okay, what's your G limits? 7.1. That's not much. How about you? 7.5. Also not much. Simmond Kerman Memorial Astronaut Complex. Yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, let's go home. Actually, wait, hang on. While we're still around the Mon, maybe we can go for slightly gentler. Slightly gentler trajectory around Kerbin. Let's not do that with RCS because we are... Basically, the skipper is just too damn powerful. 24 kilometers, that's safe. Where's Kerbin? That's a sick shot. Shame Simmond isn't here to see it. You gotta run? Alright, see you later. FSPWV, it was great having you. Alright, anyway, we are now on our way back to Kerbin. Here we go. Alright. We are never going to land in water, I don't think. Oh boy. There we go. How much ablator do we have on this? Ah, this is the one that we drained the ablator on, okay. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Surprised it takes so long for this stuff to start blowing up. Alright, so we're not going to bring a Munstone back with you to Kerbin. We are going to get this one. We just need to get 50% of it, but that's okay. There we go. Now it's starting to explode. Debris. That's cool. We're still moving at 1,600 meters per second. How much of the ablator have we used? Oh, we've actually nearly burned through it. There you go, so 80 units is what you need. Almost exactly. There you go. We still have 9 units of ablator remaining as well. I didn't paint it black, right? Does it actually get charred? That's cool. Ooh. Sonic boom, because we're still moving at more than 300 meters per second. How's our electric charge doing? Ah, we're fine. Go ahead and start time warping. Through the clouds. And at 1.5 kilometers, so let's go ahead and speed up time again. 1.5 kilometers off the chutes. There we go. There we go. Nice and safe. Not sure why we're getting blown around so much. In fact, actually, what are the winds like? Crosswind is nearly 6 meters per second. Yeah, okay, so quite a bit. Go ahead and time warp down to the ground. I'm not sure where this grasslands. Okay. Grasslands is a biome that we've already done all the science for. There we go, touchdown. Alright. Recover vessel. We lost Simmond. I guess we'll just have to headcanon that she fell over on the mun and her helmet cracked. Well, this has turned into kind of a sad stream now. It's our first time on the Mun. Well, there are risks inherent in spaceflight. 372 science earned. We'll take that. We're up to 480 science total. Excellent. 5,100 funds from recovered parts, so we're up to 520,000 funds. Good. And Lunar and Bill. Somehow our reputation is still pretty high, but we did lose a Kerbal, which I thought would cost us reputation, but apparently not. Alright, well, let's go into R&D then. And this is how we're going to end the stream. And the next stream we'll go to Minmus. Because there's no reason to go back to the Mun, in my eyes. Do we need advanced electrics for anything? No. Advanced exploration? Ooh. Ooh. This is interesting. This is like space station stuff. I don't think we need any space station stuff yet. Advanced construction. No, I don't really need that yet, but what does it lead into? Actuators. Okay, that's nice. And specialized construction, which is... Is this entirely modded parts? Oh no, it gives you... Okay, it gives you better fairing, bigger flag. Alright. Okay. Heavy aerodynamic. We can get this. We can get the space shuttle stuff, but it's about the only thing that we can get. If we do it. No, we're getting the space shuttle stuff. We've got to get the space shuttle stuff. There we go. That's awesome. Alright. So that also gives us... Does that give us the biggest wings? It doesn't. Ah! Okay. Okay. Where are the biggest wings? Oh, are they in experimental aerodynamics? Yes. Okay. Are the Strakes also in there? Yes. As well as the engine bell. Okay. Okay, that's fine then. That does give us the Mark III passenger module, which is nice. It gives us a whole lot of options for construction, which again is very nice. Alright, cool. And then this costs 90, we have 180. Gives us the Might, the Baguette fuel tank, some liquid fuel... Oh, interesting, liquid fuel tanks. The Spark liquid fuel engine, the Oscar B fuel tank. What about heavier rocketry? 160, we can get this. It gives us the mains... Ooh. The mainsail would be nice. The mainsail would be very nice. Or advanced fuel systems, which gives us bigger fuel tanks and cargo containers. I don't know if it's worth getting bigger tanks before I have bigger engines, to be honest. Alright, specialized control. Okay. Interesting. Advanced landing. I don't think we need to worry about advanced landing equipment yet. I don't know what we're going to get, to be honest. Advanced exploration. That does give us the lab, so we could actually unlock science. We could unlock a lot of science just by putting that into orbit around Kerbin. Because you can get science above different biomes, I believe. Also gives us habitation modules. Observation modules. A service airlock. Yeah. Is there anything in here that's not modded? Yes, the mobility enhancer ladders. Oh, which actually would be very nice. And a scanning arm. Okay. That's pretty useful, actually. So let's... And it leads towards... Okay. We're getting advanced exploration. There we go. Alright. We'll go with that. So there we go. Can we rename the astronaut complex? No. But tell you what, let's see if there are any Kerbals we can hire. Magford, you've got high courage and low stupidity. Sure, you can join us. All right. Cool. All right. We have our scientist back. She is Mag. I mean, she's not. She's obviously Magford's not replacing Simmond. Simmond is. That sucks. Let's go into mission control and see what missions we have. Conduct temperature surveys of the Mun. No, let's look for Minmus. Rescue Curtin from the surface of the Mun. We've done several rescue missions. We could technically do that. Put a new surface outpost on the Mun. Okay, you know what? We might actually be repair a satellite in orbit of Kerbin. That's interesting. Bring some repair kits. We should repair the Gigantor XL solar array. That's awesome. And rescue Gurney from orbit of Kerbin. All right, tell you what. We probably won't be doing Minmus missions next time, but we've got some really cool missions. So this is actually where I'm going to leave it. If you're new to my streams and you've enjoyed this, then please consider dropping a like and subscribing. I stream KSP every Thursday. I try to drop random KSP videos between then as well in sandbox mode. If you've been subscribed for a while, you're one of my favorites. I love you. Thank you so much. Genuinely, it means so much to me. I cannot believe we've hit the numbers that we have. But yeah, that's actually where I'm going to leave this one. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.